On this next lesson, we're going to work on the next part of our infographic. So the first thing we're going to do again, as before, is one thing that I like to do, and I have already told you, is to make each section different from the previous one. So right now we have here our title, and the next one is going to be with a different color. So I'm going to create this rectangle tool and create a rectangle that is around this size, and I'm going to fill it with a red color. Now what I want to do is add again a little bit of font to this rectangle. So I'm going to go to my direct selection tool, press A on my keyboard, and move this anchor point a little bit here on top, just as we did with this top rectangle on the title. And now this is a part of the background, so I have to move this to the background. So to move it to the background and have it exact on the same position that you have it right here, you can cut it and paste it in place by cutting here, Ctrl X, and then go to the background and Ctrl Shift B, and you can get this result. But if you want to do it in a different way, it is important that you know that you can do it in a different way. So you can select your shape, then go here to your layer, and you can see here you have a little line, a little arrow here, so you can move it, click on it, so you can see the contents of this group, and you can see here your path that you just created. And if you have this, go here with this little, where this little square is, and you click and drag it on the background, you can move it to the background layer, and now this red is there on the background layer. So for now I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to lock it again so I cannot move it accidentally and begin working on this. Now the first thing we're going to create is a subtitle. So I'm going to go to my type tool or press T on my keyboard and make sure that I'm on my content layer. And here I'm going to type is smiling numbers. And just as before, I am going to make sure that I'm selecting, all caps. And for this one, I'm going to use Open Sans and make it bold. And I think 114 is okay, so probably 115. Sorry, this is deleting the 95, so I think 95 points is okay, but probably I can increase this to 98. And I'm going to make it this white, and I don't want this subtitle to be just standing there, so I'm going to create a little ribbon for this. So I'm going to go to my rectangle tool and make a rectangle, probably like that, probably a little bit bigger, just like that, and then make it of a darker red, send it to back, and I can align them, this, and I think this is too wide, so probably make this one like this, align them again to the center, and I think this is looking okay. Now what I want to do is create another rectangle, so I'm going to create another rectangle again by going here and make another one that is like that, and then I want to make this darker and send it back, arrange, send it back. And now I want to add a little bit here to this side, so I'm going to go to my pen tool, and if you see, when I get near this shape, my cursor changed from this pen tool to the pen tool with a plus sign. So I'm gonna actually click here, and what this does is that it's setting an anchor point where I just click. So I'm gonna go to my direct selection tool, press A on my keyboard, and move this anchor point while pressing Shift, so I can have the appearance of a ribbon. Now I'm going to make a copy of this again, transform, reflect, and make sure that I'm making a copy on this direction, move it around here, group both of them and align them to the one on the top. And now we have our ribbon. We can go a little bit to top, group all this, and have our subtitle ready. And I'm going to put it there, and probably this is a little bit too big, so I'm just gonna scale it a little bit down. And now on almost every infographic you're gonna come across numbers, data that is better to be represented with charts, maybe with a graph bar or a different type of graphics. or graphs in this case. So Illustrator offers you the ability to create different graphs. So if you go here on this icon, probably by default you're going to see the column graph tool, or press J on your keyboard, but if you click and hold that click, you can see the rest of the graphs that Illustrator has to offer. In the case of this infographic, I'm going to use the pie graph tool, and I'm going to click and create an area. I'm pressing Shift to make a square around this size and release, and in here you're going to see that you have a place where you can input your values. So I'm going to put 74, that's my value, and the other one 26 to make the 100. And I'm going to click here on the apply on this check mark. And now that I have this, I'm going to change the colors of this graph. I'm going to remove the stroke because I really don't need a stroke. And then with your direct selection tool, or press A on your keyboard, select on the shape, and I'm going to change the color to this one to a green and to the other one to a blue. And now I have my pie chart. And for this one, I'm going to create text again here that explains what I'm talking about, what this percentage means. So I'm going to go again, my type tool, and make a little square, so rectangle for the text. I don't need my text to be all caps. I want it to be smaller, probably like the one here. So I can use my eyedropper to select that text. I think this is probably going to be too big, but I'm going to give it a try with that. And I'm going to copy the information that is here, and I think this is too big, so I'm going to make it smaller. Yeah, I think probably around 55 would work fine. And now I don't want this to be center, I want it to align it to the left, and I'm going to put it here. Now, just as before, I don't want the text to be just floating there, so I'm going to make a rectangle, send it to back, give it the same colors of the subtitle, and move it with my direct selection tool a little bit, the anchor points, so I can give a little bit of font to this shape. And then I want to join this area to the to the part of the pie chart. So I want to go to my pen tool, or press P on my keyboard, and go here and make a point, and then another point, and then another point here. Make it a line, so I'm going to change it to white, and I'm going to make the stroke a little bit bigger, so probably 10. And then I'm going to click here to dash line to make this a dash line, and this is it's probably too close together, so I'm going to change the gap to 24. And maybe this doesn't have to be that thick, so I can go with 5. And you can play around with this kind of line. You can find something that you think works for you. And just as before, you can modify this line with the direct selection tool. And now I have a pie chart that is representing exactly what I have here. And just as we did here on the top, I want to highlight 74. So I'm going to select this and change this to bold. So now that everything, so the first thing that you see is 74%. Now I want to create a copy of this pie chart, so I'm going to select it, and while selecting, pressing Alt and Shift to create a copy, and I'm going to place it around here. And now I want to create a copy of these containers by going right click, transform, reflect. I'm going to make copy, and I'm going to put them around here. I think here is okay, and then move this pie chart probably a little bit here. And what I want to do is put some text like this here, but of course they are not going to say the same. So I'm going to change the text to the percentage that it's here. So I'm going to copy the text and paste it here. And now this is showing me all in bold because that's what I had. But I don't want that. I want to highlight 63%. So again, I'm just going to bold. And now this is talking about the 63% of people who say they look best in photos when they are showing their teeth. But of course, this pie chart is not representing that 63%. It's representing the 74 as we did before. But if we select the pie chart and go right click, you can see that here you can see the type, the data, and the design. So I'm going to go and click on data, and this window where we input before the data has appeared. So I'm going to change the values, this time to 63 and the other one to 37. And I'm going to hit OK. And now as you can see, this has uploaded to be the displaying the exact information, but I'm pointing to the one that is incorrect. So you can go here and actually type first 37 and then 63 and then apply it, and now it's right as you want it, and you can close it. Now you have your pie charts that represent the numbers that you are talking about on this infographic, and you can group them because remember, as before, it's a good idea to always have grouped everything that you are going to be moving together. So in the case of these graphics, I'm going to move them together, and I'm going to change the colors of these finally. So I'm going to move this one and make this green, or this color that we've been using on the top, and change this one to yellow. And now they're different. And now in the next lesson, we're going to work on a graphic here that represents people.